about these next points, and I'll just talk to them briefly. It's really about, we've talked about leading yourself, and this is about, that first bit's about positioning yourself so that you can actually make these high consequence decisions, because you're going to be faced with them. The next thing is now about leading your team, and we're going to talk about how people make decisions under pressure, how you know when you're making a poor decision, how to engage your team, some biases that might affect that. I want to just describe an event that happened in Australia, and I think what's going to happen in a lot of organisations, they're going to have a moment like this. I've spoken to 5 other organisations that have had a moment like this, not about a cruise ship, but about a similar thing. Just to give you a bit of context, 19th of March in Australia, social distancing and stay-at-home orders are in place. COVID-19 has the lowest death rate per capita in the world and some of the highest testing ratios. So things are in good place. Lots of organising, lots of planning, lots of meetings, lots of working with immigration control, stop people coming back because that's what the viruses were, lots of work with health departments, lots of work with police forces, all that stuff's happening. On the 19th of March at midnight, this vessel, which is the sister ship to the one that had all the COVID-19 in Japan, the previous trip of this vessel had 150 COVID-19 cases on it. It had been around the Pacific, docked in Sydney Harbour at midnight, no health checks or no immigration checks done. 12th of April, 10% of COVID-19 cases in Australia and 25% deaths have now come from this ship. Everyone's working hard, everyone's focused, but what happens as people to work remotely and under pressure? One of my bosses used to talk about losing the top of the jigsaw puzzle. So when you're working together, you have a sense of the top of the jigsaw puzzle. When you're working separately, you're just working on your pieces. So the 5 examples that I've got is in the last 3 to 4 weeks, big companies have had things working separately and there's big gaps in between and they don't know, which they would have dealt with before. So somewhere on the line, you might have your cruise ship that's coming in there that you don't know. And that's a metaphor, but I think it's a powerful one. And some of the stuff we're trying to do is to assist you to move up that scale in the present motivation, so you have a helicopter view to see the things that are going to emerge, including the cruise ships that are coming in, to prevent them.